came here with 2 cows, slowly grew our herd, moved to this farm as leasing and bought this farm in 2022. So we've been here 14 years now milking sort of an average of 400 cows in a year-round herd. We're in Bega in the Bega Valley of New South Wales, and I'm Brodie Game, and my husband Kevin and I and our 2 boys, Roy and Harry, have a dairy farm here on Old Bega, and we run blackjack Holsteins. To become first-generation farmers, that pathway probably wasn't the well-worn path for us. I don't really think there is a well-worn path into dairying as a first-gen farmer. Kev was definitely the driving force. He always had a passion for dairy. I hadn't really experienced it so much, but we did start with 2 cows out at Cootamundra. We were milking those with a single cow milker, saved up enough money, found a market for those, and eventually found a share farming opportunity in the Bega Valley. We jumped in and leased the farm and just learnt on the fly. Still didn't rain, so we sold that portion of the cows, really downsized. We were back to sort of peaking at 200 cows on this farm. To begin with, natural disasters are probably the biggest challenge because you get so focused on them. But we've had to really shift our thinking and to focus on what is in our circle of control. We can't control when it's going to rain, we can't control if things are going to catch on fire, but we can control whether we've put seed in the ground and whether we've put fertiliser out. We've never really believed in luck. It's management opportunities, so that's what we've tried to follow through. And traditional banking for us wasn't an option for such a long time. To us, the cows are our gold, but to a bank, they're a very high risk option. So we did struggle with any sort of commercial lending for quite some time. We had to go sort of different avenues and secure outside assets through our dairy farm profits. The RIC came about for us because we were looking for options to manage our risk on farm, because in the Bega Valley it can be 6 weeks between a flood and a drought. Dairy farming is not really something you can switch off, and it has to keep going. They had a low interest loan that enabled us to sort of improve our efficiencies, reduce our risk, and we didn't have to have the labour worrying about moving irrigation, and we put in our pivot through the RIC loan. The centre pivot across the road here, it gives us that reliable irrigation, has really secured our summer feed. So not only did it reduce labour, it improved our efficiency, covering a lot of bases there. I'm very confident in the future of dairy farming. This isn't a job to us, it's something that we are really passionate about. I don't think it's something you can do if you don't have a passion for. It would be a pretty hard slog if you weren't passionate about it. There's so many different products that the RIC has available at the moment, and they seem to be, if you've got your finger on the ball, then they're constantly coming out with sort of new products and new opportunities that, if you are in the right position and are willing to put in a little bit of time, they're very valuable to farmers.